Hey you all, this is Mackie P.I.M.O JW Jones, and I am that underscore P.I.M.O underscore JW on TikTok. Want to give a shout out to all the P.I.M.O J Dubs out there, all the ex-J Dubs, all of the non-J Dubs, and to the J Dubs, because I know you're watching. Got my little TikTok thing going on here. I quote-unquote cut my hair today. Got my little eyebrow cut there. You know, little jewelry. You like? Anyway, I wanted to talk about idol worship, idolatry, and just the worship of men and putting your trust in men. Right? Oh, here we go. So, it used to be that you did not know who the governing body were at first. Like, I was watching Outworldly's channel not too long ago, and he was talking about that as well. Like, you didn't even know their names. You didn't know what they looked like, anything. They were behind the scenes. They did not feel like they needed to be recognized at all. And all the way up until, I want to say, they started making the videos. There was a video back in the late 90s, and that was the first time I had ever seen Samuel Hurd's face. Oh, what was the name of that video? It was called Respect Jehovah's Authority. Oh. And that was the first time I had ever seen Samuel Hurd, ever. And then, what was the other one? How Can I Make Real Friends? That was our version of the Become Jehovah's Friend, Caleb and Sylvia videos back in the day. Except for it was for teenagers. Oh my goodness, those videos were terrible, terrible. Then there was another video, What Shall I Do With My Life? I believe that was the name of it. And it was about a guy who was really good at running track, but instead he turned down that, career to become a full-time, minister or whatever. Then the other one more before I go too much off on a tangent. The Prodigal Returns. He wanted to just find his own way, but they had to portray him as just being, a lost young adult trying to find his way into the wicked world, because he didn't want to work up under his daddy his whole life. And that little annoying ass brother of his, oh, he got on my nerves. If you have not watched, what's it called? The Prodigal Returns, you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and watch it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's not go too far off into a tangent. I did not realize how much Jehovah's Witnesses, they say they don't worship these men, but they do. Especially the governing body. Oh, my God. It had to have been about maybe, no more than 10 years ago. Governing body member Stephen Lett came to our circuit one time. And people were just like in awe of him. They were crowding him like he was Chris Brown or Drake or somebody. And they just wanted to take a picture of him. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. They were in line. They wanted to shake his hand. Oh, you know what? And when I was there, I had no desire to do none of that. No desire at all. I'm sitting up there. Because I was in the process of still kind of like, I wasn't totally awake, but my cognitive dissonance was still blocking my critical thinking. Like, why are they doing this? He's just a governing body member. You wouldn't do this to any other elder that would have given a talk. Well, maybe you would, because a lot of people like to, you know, be around people who are prominent in the organization. You know, the circuit overseer. They even treat the circuit overseers like gods too. I swear, every time the circuit overseer would come to our congregation, the brothers and sisters try to act all perfect, you know, smiling, cheesing, yada, yada, yada. It was just so, I hated when the circuit officer came to visit, because it was just like, everybody want to make an articulate comments that they don't never make the whole time they go to the Kingdom Hall, except for, you know, a couple of times a year when the circuit officer comes over. Then they want to try to look all, you know, like they know their stuff, you know. But it's just like, why are y'all so worried about what these men, because they're men, they ain't women. Oh, I feel so sorry for the circuit officer wives and the wives of the governing body. I do. Because, for example, the circuit overseers' wives, they have to sit there, especially, this is way before, you know, the pandemic or whatever. They would have to go to the kingdom, a different kingdom hall every week and listen to him give the same talk every time. I know she gets sick of that. It's almost like going on tour. You already know the drill. You know what I'm saying? You sit there, you look like, you know, the pretty little circuit overseer's wife. Some circuit overseer's wives were pretty. Some of them, I don't know. You know, but, you know, you had your fair share of pretty ones, and you had your more than fair share of the ones that wasn't so nice looking. They look a little gremlinish, but whatever. You had to be nice to her anyway. And all the sisters wanted to just work with the circuit overseer's wife, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I know they was tired of that. I know they was. They're like, I don't feel like dealing with a whole new congregation with a whole new set of people. I just don't want to do this. That's what you signed up for. When your husband, especially if you signed up in a JW marriage, yeah, you really got to put up with a lot more shit. But anyway, back to what I was saying. They pray, they worship these people. You know, it kind of disturbed me how much everybody was surrounding Stephen Lett, whatever the hell his name is. I'm like, you want to see this goofy nigga? Really? You know? Oh, what a joy it is to see all the brothers and sisters at this year's convention. No. You know? I could barely, like, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was like paparazzi, seriously. Like, and then they even had a watchtower study about that. Like, the governing body members are not famous. Puh! Use a lie. Use a lie. Use a lie. They are famous. They are very famous. And they're very rich, too. Don't think that they just live in Bethel. Don't think that they ain't got no secret houses or yachts or secret mansions and properties around the United States. You think they just live at Bethel headquarters? Get out of here. All them billions of dollars they make. Speaking of that, I want to say another thing about how the way that Jehovah's Witnesses view the governing body. They view them as more famous than any celebrity. They view them richer than Warren Buffett, richer than Jeff Bezos, richer than Elon Musk. You know, this is how they view the governing body, as just like the richest people in the world, because they're the ones they're the only ones, in my Step Lab voice, with the truth. Oh, wait a minute. Why don't you ask Jeffrey Jackson that same question? He'll tell the Jehovah's Witnesses that we're the only ones with the truth. But when he went to the Australian Royal Commission and they, okay, you're under oath. Are you the only religion? You claim to be the only religion that has the only true God and the truth. And what does this dude say? He says, it would be presumptuous. Wait a minute. She's trying to get into here. It would be presumptuous for us to say that we were God's only spokespeople. But that's what you teach your members all the time. All the time. I swear, it's hypocritical, and they are a bunch of liars, man. These are people that you do not have to put your 100% trust into. Because I'm gonna give it to you real. They don't care about you. If you are a Jehovah's Witness and your child has leukemia or something, or some sort of other type of blood disorder or blood cancer or something like that, and you can't take blood, and your child passes away as a result of not being able to treat the disease like they should have, do you think those governing body members are going to come to your funeral? No. Do you think they're going to pay for your funeral expenses because of your lack of using blood? Nope. They're not coming to your funeral. They're not paying for anything. Matter of fact, you probably have to pay them to fly. If a governing body member, if you wanted a governing body member to fly, to give a talk at your funeral or a loved one's funeral, you would have to pay to fly them out here to do it. They're not gonna use any of their coins. They're too busy buying up $1,200 to $1,300 worth of liquor in one shopping cart to do that. They don't care about you. They don't. They say they do, but they don't. I'm going to talk about some other things in another video. My next video, I think I'm going to talk about how they don't care about children and how they hate kids. And how they talk negatively about children in the organization. And which is why they don't really care about the whole CSA issue going on, because they don't care about the mentality of the kids. But that's a whole nother subject that I'm going to talk about. Just be careful with who you put your trust in. Do not put your trust in a bunch of people that have never met you. Do not put your trust in a bunch of people that don't even know your name. They don't even know your likes, your dislikes. They don't know anything about you. All they know is you have your rank and file. They got you on a piece of paper that you're a Jehovah's Witness. That's it. Other than that, they don't even know your face. You know theirs, though. Like I said, they wouldn't even care if you died from a lack of blood from a blood transfusion, because they wouldn't even come to your funeral. At least a regular job provides or offers life insurance or something, sick time, sick leave. If we're going to be working for free for someone, at least have that. Have something. You don't have nothing. Jehovah's Witnesses have nothing to show for all those hot days that they had to spend going door to door, almost having a stroke, fainting because it's so hot. All those days that they had to freeze their toes off, knocking on doors, almost dying of hypothermia. I'm talking about back in the day. Nowadays, Jehovah's Witnesses ain't finna do that. They fair weather in this era. But back in the day, 120 hours a week for them pioneers, full-time pioneers. Auxiliary, I think it was 70. But now, I think the full-time pioneers only have to do like 70 or 80 hours a month. And then the auxiliary do 50. I believe. Yeah, they shortened it a lot. They cut it in half. They was like, ooh, this is too much. You know? That's all I gotta say. Just don't put a whole bunch of your trust in these men that don't even know you nor care about you. Okay. All right, so this is Mackie P.I.M.O. J.W. Jones / that _ P.I.M.O. _ J.W. on TikTok. Question everything. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. And don't be afraid to do outside research.